mean, the reality is some franchising, like, I don't want to do it that way, I'll do it my way. It doesn't work. My name's Martin. I own and operate Kitchen Makeovers at Warrington. So my career background has always been sales and sales training and development, which then progressed into sales leadership. My first sales role when I was 17 and 39 was canvassing door to door, and it's progressed from consumer, B2C, B2B, corporate, enterprise, and like I say, variation of roles. But yeah, the latter, leadership. I've always had like a flair for setting up my own business. It's quite daunting starting, your own business, not knowing what industry to go in, and with no support, you are kind of, you're guided by yourself, right? So it's very scary. I have a passion for property, so I've developed properties, renovated them, had a portfolio of buy-to-lets. So that was something that I used to do, aside the job that I had previously. And funnily enough, I actually stumbled across Kitchen Makeovers as a model. I had a property that needed renovating, didn't need the kitchen ripping out. Looked into kitchen makeover businesses. At the time I was thinking of setting a business up. I was looking at various different franchises, seeing that Kitchen Makeovers and Dream Doors were franchise opportunities, and explored both avenues and chose Kitchen Makeovers. So I'd say almost, in a way, stumbled across them by, through my own project. From the initial conversation I had with Will, I just felt that it was a model, and a business that gives you the autonomy to be an independent, operator, whilst, having that network of support around you when you need it. So that appealed to me. And, the actual, the potential of the industry is huge. The most valuable part of the training for me was being out on appointments and just seeing how to run an appointment from Kitchen Makeovers perspective. Typical customers, type of customers, seeing the product in their showroom, how to survey, basically the mechanics of the business. You do, explore the mechanics of the business, and you really get to grips with, or you get under the bonnet, you really get to grips with what you're going to be dealing with on a daily basis. So you do come away from the training feeling confident. The hardest part of the journey so far is it's consistency. You have to be consistent. So you have to be, on top of your A game, and sticking to the basics. There are basics in place. There's a process. You've got to stick to it. And if you don't, things may not be consistent on the performance side. Your revenue, getting the sales in. But yeah, there are basics from, the initial inquiry right through to, a job being completed. And you've got to stick to it, and you've got to be, very, very lean on that, and very tight. So yeah, that I would say that's been one of the, difficult parts of the journey. I mean, we've got a great CRM that can, track all of our performance and data. So, and seeing, a full year of that, gives projections on areas that can be improved, areas that you're performing well on, areas that you might not be performing so well on. So, yeah, that's been key. We are in the process of staffing the business. We have an office manager, we've got 3 fitters, have our engineers, and yeah, we would like to get it to a position where we have a sales person or 2 possibly, and somebody who oversees that individual or individuals. And for myself as a business owner, it is literally down to the strategic side of the business and keeping it, ticking along as you want. So for somebody who's thinking of joining, from that initial conversation about a potential franchise, what I would say is, if you feel trust in the brand and you feel trust in the network and the support that you will receive, then, you won't look back. I certainly haven't looked back. So for anyone who is genuinely interested, if the trust is there, and you're confident in what the network can offer, or then you know, go for it. Yeah.